have time to get the good camera. Did not even get the good camera. So this is what you guys get. So I just got the car back. Car runs fine. We put a stiffer wastegate spring in it. That's changed some of how that looks. Wastegate duty cycle is way down, making slightly more boost. So that's cool. My tuner just sent me a new file. We're pushing it from 24 PSI to 28 PSI. Getting kind of scary. We're gonna see what happens. It's raining right now, so I don't really think I'm gonna get a chance to test it tonight, but I'm definitely gonna flash it and drive around and like see if everything looks okay before I really go into it. I got like a job tomorrow, so I probably won't get a chance to test it really tomorrow either. No friends in town, so yeah, a lot of things to do this weekend, so you might not get a chance to really test stuff like I normally would, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. So wastegate preload is wrong, so we're gonna go back in there. The wastegate is, can't see it. It's back there somewhere underneath the turbo. I need to loosen it. We're gonna take it back to almost no preload and then start over to find a sweet spot. Probably gonna take a few days, but it is what it is. Let's get it fixed. Okay, now that we're underneath the car, let's see if we can show you guys for real. See that like rod right there? Right there. That rod is what I'm talking about. I gotta loosen that bolt, take that little block, slide it that way, and the back side is what kind of locks it in. So right now it's too much preload, so I gotta go that way. When I find the sweet spot, it'll be backing it the other way to make it just tight enough, because this is too tight. And even looking at it, like it doesn't look like it's that tight, but that's too tight. So let's get to it. So day 2, wastegate is not in a good spot. So I took it from where it was to almost no preload. That was not good. Then I took it back and now it's got too much. So now we're gonna try to do less than I did and see if we can get it to just enough. And then we're gonna maybe start looking at a manual boost controller to see if that helps, but we'll see. Hey everybody, welcome back. We are back underneath the hood again of the car. Got the car back from the shop, and we're trying to make stuff happen, and we're just not really seeing the boost levels we're needing. Right now I'm like peaking 24 PSI and then it tapers off to like 20 PSI. And we're trying to, you know, hold 24 PSI or trying to raise it up to 28 PSI. We're just not seeing more boost. The next trick we're gonna try is to add manual boost controller to the mix. Now, if you're messing with manual boost controllers, be very, very, very careful, because it is super easy to blow your engine if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. The way I'm using my boost controller is I am putting it behind the electronic boost controller, and we're gonna try to bleed off what the electronic boost controller is seeing, so that way hopefully the car is gonna make more power. So I'm gonna try that configuration first. There's one other configuration I want to try if this doesn't work, and if this works, then we're gonna have to try the other configuration. And then the last configuration is probably just taking out the electronic boost controller entirely and letting it run off of the manual boost controller. But we're just like doing some baby tests to see what happens when we add this in. My guess is that we're either going to not really see any changes and the duty cycle is just gonna move, or if we do see more boost, the car is just gonna cut throttle to try to manage the boost at that point. First goal is to get this mount. I think I'm gonna mount it right here next to the washer fluid tank. Yeah, we're gonna try and mount it right here next to the washer fluid tank and run those lines down. And then I gotta get those lines plumbed up. I'm gonna get under the car, do this. The car's kind of hot, but I think I might be able to do this, so we'll see. No, I'm getting old, because I get out on the car, my back starts hurting, boy. We got everything plumbed up over here. Kind of what the setup looks like right now. Bottom line comes from the turbo to here. And it goes from the turbo, or it comes from here to the Pureberg wastegate solenoid. I'm gonna turn this on. Car's on.
It's very much affected.
I don't need that. Car's on. No weird lights. Everything's fine. I'm gonna turn the AC off. All right. And I guess over the next few days, we'll just be trying to see what wastegate duty cycle is, what peak boost is, what my absolute load's gonna be. We're just keeping my eye on all those 3 things. That's really gonna be important. I have a light spring in there, so we're gonna really like take our time turning this up, because I don't wanna go boom. Take her for a spin. But I don't know. That's not feeling good, so really don't like the manual boost controller. It just does not feel good in line with the electronic boost controller. Sorry, trying to watch One Piece, and I just started and I've got to like episode 60 and I'm like, okay, finally it's getting interesting. But then you realize like I got 1,000 episodes to go. One thing I do want to add to the car, I got this right here. This is going to be a vacuum distribution block. I'd like to add this because I think it would clean up a lot of my vacuum lines and make it really easy to add extra vacuum lines. There's 6 ports here for this, so I can run my boost gauges off of this. I can run my meth kit off of this. So we can do all of those things and try to clean up my vacuum lines. And I think that's a cool mod. It doesn't do anything for power really. It just makes it a little more easy to organize lines, and you don't have to keep teeing off into 1,000 lines. Now we just got one line and everything comes off of this. So